are inside the 5 o'clock Rihanna, Calvin Harris at Light Rock 97.5 KEXL. It's 5:11 on a Monday drive time edition. Michael J. chance to win free Jimmy John's just minutes away.
WJAG KEXL KQKX has come a long way since its start in 1922. Multiple awards for audio production and news coverage has set them apart from other media outlets in the area. Being involved with the community in projects like Coats for Kids, pajama drives, and fixings in the field have propelled the station to its level of success. But it's the employees that really keep the listeners engaged and keep WJG in the hearts of the community. It all starts up front with Marcine Pierce, Denise Rakowski, and Leanne Silichek. They bring peace to a chaotic change of daily events. Jeffrey Steffen, Billy Wolf, and Abe Shaner are the morning voices you hear every day, and you might be surprised at how they got started in the business.
I actually tripped onto it.
It was done by an accident.
I kind of discovered radio by accident.
Afternoon drive time hosts Dave Williams and Michael Nissen, on the other hand, had no doubt.
Oh man, when I was a kid, I just loved listening to the radio, playing music. I had all kinds of 45s and cassettes, and I just loved playing them. And I would actually record segments off the radio station from my hometown station back in New York. And it was just something that always I just had this little, flame that sounds like that'd be a whole lot of fun and maybe something I'd like to do. And it kind of led that way.
I think music. I think thinking back to even when I was younger, you turn on the radio and there it was, your favorite song, So I think something drives, obviously everybody to do ultimately what they want to do.
When asked what the key to their success behind the mic was, they all knew exactly what got them there and what they hope will keep them on top of their game.
I think just being intimate, it's one-on-one communication. That's really what I enjoy about radio, is it's such an intimate medium, more so than television.
Being myself. Do not hide anything from them. I'm an open book on the air. I tell them that. They know everything about my life, the good, the bad, the ugly. I've never lied to the listeners, and I will never do that. Anything that goes on in my life, they'll know about. Even stuff that happens, say, on the weekend, I talk about. They know what goes on in my life. And I think I hope that makes me appealing to them for that reason.
I wanted to have as much audience involvement and as much audience participation as possible. A lot of shows, and everybody's got a different way of doing it, they don't have a lot of audience participation, even if it's a national show. That's not how their show is formatted. But I always thought, especially on a local level, the more that I can get people that are listening involved, the better it's going to make the show.
It's definitely important to be in the community, part of it. That is the heart and soul of your radio station and what you do. You get to have fun and play music in most cases, go out and do sports, but it's those listeners. You've got to have that interaction with them.
How we connect with an audience, make it as engaging as we can, for the people out there, listening and making them a part of what we do.
With the demand for honest local news coverage and that intimate connection the community has with the DJs, Steffen believes that is what will keep WJG a staple in the area.
You can get your national news from a lot of different places. You can get your state news from a lot of different places. But you can't get your local sports teams covered by ESPN. You can't get your local news covered by CNN or Fox News. The local people that we employ here have to go out and do that. And I still think that the most reliable source for your local news and sports is right here on your local radio station. Because the people who live in the community, the people who work at this radio station also live in this community, and they care about the community just as much as the consumer does. And so when you build that trust with your audience over the years, they're going to turn to you because they trust you with giving them the information that they need to know.
So thank you, WJG, for giving us the local news we want from the local people that we trust. And with any luck, for another 95 years.